So I've got a fun clip for you on this one. Because of Joe Biden's mental state, sometimes he accidentally tells the truth, like during the State of the Union address, where he called the person who killed Laken Riley an illegal. He wasn't supposed to say that. He was supposed to say undocumented. And here on this clip from just yesterday, he is going to say something else that is also the truth, that he is not admitted yet and his administration won't admit. And if anyone asks about this, Peter Doocy asked the press secretary about this, they will always deflect and tell them he doesn't know what he's talking about and then use some talking points that are completely fake or false. But here, Joe Biden finally tells the truth. Check it out.
We cut the deficit, and we added more to the national debt than any president in his term in all of history and under Donald Trump.
I got to play that one more time. It was really quick. It's a quick clip, but listen to it again.
We cut the deficit, and we added more to the national debt than any president in his term in all of history and under Donald Trump.
We added more to the national debt than any president in all of history. That is actually true. He also stated that they cut the deficit. That is garbage. So what the Biden administration has done is they have used the pandemic to help them, which is unfortunate. You know, the pandemic, although obviously this was some evil activity done by different people in our society, we're not going to quite get into that, but they are using it to prop up their administration, because what happened is the government completely shredded the living daylights out of our economy and out of the American citizens and all over the world. They told people don't go to work, stop showing up. They wouldn't let people see their loved ones. They completely ransacked bank accounts. It was terrible. They stripped so much money away from people and it got shifted in other directions. Now, once they lifted those restrictions and the government was like, hey, you know, listen, you guys can go back to work now. You better go back to work because we expect you to make everything for us and do what we need you to do. Joe Biden's administration now claims that all of those jobs that the government took away and then let the people go back to work were all jobs that he created. It's really sick, actually, when you think about it. And then he believes the American people are stupid enough to buy those bogus facts. But he also, when he says we cut the deficit more than any president, he's doing the same thing, because during the pandemic, the government spent untold amounts of money. There was $1 trillion bill after $1 trillion bill after $1 trillion bill of flooding money and paying people out. I mean, money went into so many people's pockets. It was ridiculous. Not really the average person. The average person got tiny little stimulus checks. You remember those? But the real money went to a lot of other people who likely wasn't you. And here, Joe Biden says we cut the deficit more than any other president. What does he really mean? Oh, you remember all those $1 trillion bills? Well, eventually, when the pandemic ended, they obviously couldn't pass any more $1 trillion bills, although the Democrats wanted to continue doing this and still want to do this. And so Joe Biden takes credit that, hey, look, we spent $10 trillion last year, and this year we didn't pass $3 trillion bills. We cut the deficit more than anyone else. This is, of course, completely bogus. The United States of America is now on track to add $1 trillion in new debt every 100 days. Think about that. 100 days, $1 trillion. 100 days, $1 trillion. And the way you get to there is people and crooks like this and his cronies and his buddies in Congress and the Senate and those rhinos, those fake conservatives that join up with them. They will pass bill after bill spending your money and your kids' money and your grandkids' money. And at the end of the day, look at the roads, look at the potholes, look at the bridges, look at our infrastructure, look at our railroads, look at our subways, look at your pocket, look at your bank account, look at inflation, look at how much pay you're getting, and all these trillions of dollars. Look at the results and look at the money that has lined the pockets of the people in the highest places of the planet and these politicians, and think to yourself, what is actually going on here? Because imagine if those trillions weren't spent, where would you, how much money would be different for you right now? If they didn't spend that $10 trillion, would your bank account be a lot lower right now? Oh my goodness, it's Vincent, how dare you? I would have so much less money in my bank account. You know this is not true. Oh, my job situation would be so much better. Inflation. So what really happened here? Who did they really help out? Did they really help you out? Just think about it. Something to be said here. Joe Biden, he does admit that they have added more to the debt than any president in the history of the United States. That's a truthful statement. Good job there, Joe Biden. What do you think about this? Leave your comments below. I'll catch you in the next video.